Hi there, it's John from Commercial Real Estate Online. Welcome to the program. This is the video show where I like to share tips, tools and ideas in commercial real estate brokerage with all of my friends around the world. So welcome. The website to contact us is commercial-real-estate-training.com, and I'm always loading resources there regarding sales, leasing and property management. So if you need more ideas, check out the website. So in today's program, I'm going to cover down into some visual aids that you can use in the sales presentation process. I'm breaking it down into a series of videos because there are a number of aids that I think are very useful for you. And in today's program, I'm going to cover off on 3 of them. So if you do sales presentations a lot, then this particular program will help you with some ideas to do more so you're engaging with the client visually, so that allows you to convert the listing, which is what you want. So let's have a look at the program and I'll take you through the key ideas to help you visually engage the client as part of your listing presentation in sales. So to have some visual aids in sales, particularly in the presentation process when you're engaging with the client, is a good thing, because you have to stand out as the agent of choice, particularly because there are other agents also chasing the client at the same time. So what can you do? What can you say? How can you engage with the client so they see you as more relevant for them in where they need to head? So you need to stand out. When pitching for a listing in sales, you need your marketing and your visual aids to help you stand out as relevant and real, to engage with the property's client, the owner. Now, of course, there are other agents out there chasing the same listing, perhaps. So how can you be better than the rest? That is the question. And that's what I want you to think about. When you do that relevancy well, you have positioned yourself more favourably to win the listings on the terms you need for progress. I'm not talking about open listings here. I'm talking about exclusive listings on a method of sale that's very relevant for the property and the market. Exclusivity is everything. In fact, I'd even say that open listings are a waste of time, but that's a different debate for a different time. Let's go further. So to help you stand out, we are well positioned as agents today to have various tools and technology support systems to build our presentation process. So the idea here is that we have to use them. Now we have computers, tablets, we have PDF documents, we have all sorts of things to prepare and do that in a sequence where we can get the client to lock into what we're saying so that they know we are really thinking about that property and where they want to go. So how do you do that? Well, my thoughts here are that you should have visual aids to show the client, not just your property proposal in a document form. You can go far further than that. So you only need a few ideas to help you stand out as the best agent, because most other agents in the market are pretty boring, pretty ordinary, pretty generic. So the top agents are there because at the top of the market because they do stand out. They do have the ideas, they do have the systems around them. So you could say that these visual aids help you stand out as the agent of choice. So again, what do we do? Choose the tools that work for you, that you are comfortable with. So there are a number of tools here. I'm going to take you into the first 3. There are others in the series as well, which go right through to 10 in total. But let's have a look at the first 3. I call them the essential visual aids for attracting attention of the client in a property presentation. I don't want you to be ordinary. I want you to be at the top of your game, so that when you sit down with a client, even though you might have other agents all fighting for the same listing, what you say and do has to be of a better level, a better intensity, and more relevant to the client with their property. How does that work? Well, let's think about it. Marketing examples. That's number 1. Having examples of marketing that the client can see and appreciate for their property in the situation that they are in. So gather a set of images that show the marketing alternatives. Now those images will be of adverts, photos, methods of marketing, how a particular campaign went. You can gather a set of images for all the different types of methods of sale. And as part of that, it would include signboards, newspaper advertising, feature adverts, brochures and internet marketing. They are all different, of course. Also share the different levels of campaigns using the various media choices. What that says is you have one property and you want some vendor paid marketing funds if you take on the listing, exclusively so. But why not prepare 3 different levels of marketing campaign? Generically, I would call them gold, silver and bronze, but you would need to call them level 1, 2 and 3 because the client doesn't like to think they're going to choose the bronze and cheapest method of marketing. So levels 1, 2 and 3, you have different types of marketing in that campaign structure. And then the client makes the choice on what they can afford, what they can see and how relevant it is to them. So build your budget for the client around those ideas and then make your recommendations for the best promotional campaign. So the story there is, what is the best promotional campaign to attract the target audience to the property for the client? That's part of your story, by the way. And that leads me to the next slide, the story. It's remarkable how clients today relate to stories, how they engage other people in a property presentation. Stories about a property or other properties like that. And when you want to make a point to the client or show the client how things can work through property challenges or campaigns, use a story. Show them something that's happened. They like to know that they're not alone when it comes to property choices, property activities. So have some stories from what the location and the property type with other clients where you can share the steps of the sale process and the ultimate outcomes. It's that simple. Stories engage. When you start telling a story, the client's listening. And that then allows you to go further into the outcome and putting yourself into the outcome as a favourable leverage point for that client, their property situation and how you can take it forward. To win listings today, we all have to be relevant as agents in a location. The next point I want to talk about is photographs. Of course, photographs are very engaging, and you can use photographs of the subject property taken from different angles and in different ways to support your messages. So this says that you should go to the property, take plenty of photographs of the feature points, how you will take people through the property, the things that you will show, the things that you will do, the things that you will see and talk about. So the photographs of the client's property in different ways, entrance points, moving around, show the client that you've really thought about how that property can be displayed to the targeted buyers that you've already qualified. So, for example, the client is always interested in their property more than any others, and I've said that already. So you can use photos to build a story and a case of how you will go through a property inspection. Most agents don't do it. So think about that. You have the client, you have their property. You're going to go down the path of showing the client exactly what you will do within their property with qualified buyers. And you've got photographs to show where you will move, how you will move through, and how those elements of the property will be displayed and therefore engaging the buyer. Also, you can talk about marketing using the property strengths with qualified people. That helps as well. So what I've done there is I've talked about 3 different things. I've talked about marketing. I've talked about making sure that you have the stories lined up, and then the photographs. They are 3 ways that your marketing can stand out in commercial real estate. So if you'd like a reference resource on this, check out this article at the website, which is How to Get Vendor Paid Marketing in Listing Real Estate. It's a very good article because it takes you down into the approach to make sure the client is engaged and thinking about their property, their requirements, your processes, and why you are the best agent for the job. So when you go to get that particular article, make sure you print it off and keep it. It's How to Get Vendor Paid Marketing in Listing Real Estate. And the website is commercial-realestate-training.com. I've selected that reference resource specifically to help you in your real estate task and to be better at marketing when it comes to winning the job. So that is the end of this session. I want you to think about what I've explained to you here. I've said to you that you shouldn't be the same as every other agent out there looking to win a listing. When you pitch to the client about their property, show the client that you've really thought about their property, you've gone deeper, you've got the resources around you already, a good selection of photographs, a good selection of stories, and the marketing campaigns, maybe 3 different marketing campaigns based on budgets, but also media choices. That's how you engage the client to make sure they know about you, what you can do, how you can help them, and of course allow you to stand out as the agent of choice in taking that property listing forward. That is the message. That's how you get exclusive listings. Go out there and win the business, and I'll catch you in the next video.